Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you're having a great start to your week. Today, I am extra excited because I am hopping on with the Mindi Huebner to chat about why we struggle. I can't tell you guys how many conversations I have had or how many DMs I get from women who are saying they are really struggling. And I feel like lately we are struggling more than we've ever struggled. Let me know if that speaks to you. I'm just going to wait for Mindy to come on. But when I talk about struggling, I'm talking about the roadblock of knowing what to do, knowing the workouts, knowing how to count macros, knowing how to meal prep, knowing how to do all these things. You have all the tools, but you just can't seem to do it, or you can't seem to stick to it. So today we're going to be chatting with Mindy and uncovering exactly what is going on when we are struggling and when we have all these tools, but we just can't seem to do it or we can't seem to stick to it. And Mindy is the perfect person to have this conversation with because she is the expert when it comes to everything mindset and everything rewiring the brain. Here she is, Mindy. Hello, I see you. I see you. I'm going to wave to you. If you could just ask to come on live. I'm going to get you on here. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed, Mindy. Oh, I think, no, that's not you. I see other people asking to come on live. Come on. There we go. Hang tight and hello to all of you joining. Welcome, welcome. Yes.
Hey!
There's always this moment with tech where I'm like, is it going to do what it's supposed to do?
I don't know. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yeah, exactly. I love your other people are requesting to come.
The one and only one that we need today for now. Oh, I'm so excited that you're here, Mindy. I've just been talking about um, why we struggle. Like, we want to get to the bottom of it today and help people make some shifts. You guys, Mindy is the expert on everything mindset and everything rewiring the brain. And I've worked with Mindy on and off for years, and she's helped me make some incredible shifts. And I know if you tune in right now, stop what you're doing, like take off all the distractions and just tune in for the next 10 minutes. I know you're going to walk away with a shift that is going to blow your mind. And it's going to give you the tools that you need to move forward with your healthy lifestyle. And Mindy will also be joining us in our 5-day workshop coming up. This is a brand new program. I've never felt, Mindy knows this, I've never felt more called to do this work. I've always done the meal plans and the workouts and like go, 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 right? Do, do, do. This is the mindset piece. This is the struggle piece that we're going to overcome together. And you guys, Mindi Huebner is a subconscious identity expert. She's a certified clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner who guides her clients to rewire their subconscious identity so success finally feels like freedom.
Mm.
Yes.
Feel
So
that.
yeah,
Feel
right?
that. Feel that freedom. Feel that freedom. Yeah, exactly.
We all want
You know,
that freedom.
the reason that it says success finally feels like freedom is because our subconscious works in pictures and sounds and feelings. And so when we hear things like feels like freedom, we all get a picture. We all get something that happens, a symbol, a feeling. And this is how the subconscious works. So immediately,
Yes.
we're tying into that. Like, that's why that says that specifically, so that right away you're like,
Yep.
oh, freedom feels like this, right? Food freedom or whatever that looks like,
Yeah. And
for you.
I'm just feeling like people are needing this freedom more than ever, and the struggle is there more than ever. And I cannot tell you, I started this video off by saying, I get so many DMs and so many messages from women who are saying, Simone, I know what to do. I just can't seem to do it. Or Simone, I know what to do. I just can't seem to stick with it.
Yep.
So, Mindy, what is going on when this is happening?
Yeah. There's several things. And for those of you that have sent Simone those DMs and those of you listening going, yeah, I totally feel that. Like, you're amazing. This is not about fixing something that's broken. This is about you evolving, really releasing some fears and some outdated protections that your subconscious has and your brain has. So I said your subconscious thinks in pictures and sounds and feelings. That's one piece. Another piece is your brain deletes, distorts, and generalizes based on what you believe.
Every time you say that, I'm like, our brain deletes, distorts, and generalizes. How crazy that our brain can be messing us up.
Well, and it's designed that way because think about, especially in today's world, how much information and data is coming at us consistently. If we didn't have some sort of filtering mechanism to make it sort, we would be like that exploding head
Yeah.
emoji, right? We would not be able to get a handle around. If you want to think about it this way, if there's a million bits of data coming at you in a day, your brain can process like 5 or 6 larger bits of that. Like, so think about it like that. Like, this is the amount of data that needs to be sorted so that you're not, losing your mind, so to speak, right? Like, what am I supposed to focus on? Where do I go?
And when you
Because
say the brain deletes, distorts, generalizes, I just want to like stick on that for a second. Can you give us an example? Like, what does that even mean?
oh yeah, absolutely. So any meaning that you've given to something, let's say someone cuts you off in traffic and you're like, what a jerk, right? So your brain is now, you've decided this means this. You now have a feeling, picture, sounds, and feelings. You had a sound, right? Now you've also told your brain, here's how we're going to delete, distort, and generalize. We have made this action mean this person's a jerk. The next time someone cuts you off, you're not even going to go, oh, I wonder if they're having a bad day. I wonder if there's a little kid in the back seat needing their attention. I wonder if they just got bad news. Nope. You're going to have zero like room for them. You're just going to go jerk. And your brain is just going to immediately like it helps you. It really like it's always proving you right. You're always winning the game you're playing.
I,
It doesn't
when you
it
say,
wants to prove you right. That's cognitive dissonance. That's all those things. Like, okay, you get to be right. Like, you
yeah,
want to be right? Okay, they're a
yeah.
jerk.
And like relating that to our health journeys, like we could be like, okay, I didn't do my meal prep this weekend. I'm a complete failure. Like you've
Yeah.
attached it to
Yeah.
that.
And also, so I love that you said that because thank you. That brought me to another thing that I was thinking of before. Pictures, sounds, feelings, brain deleting, distorting, generalizing based on our beliefs. There is some very pervasive, and I remember even from growing up, child of the 80s, right? Like growing up, if I eat a brownie, I'm bad, and if I eat a salad, I'm
Oh,
good. Like giving morality to food, first of all, which is ugh, ugh,
yeah. Let's not do
right?
that. Let's not do
Like,
that.
let's
Let's
not do
delete
that,
that.
right? Because I'm not bad when I eat a brownie. And just because I eat all salads does not make me good or healthy or nourished or any of those things, right? So deleting, distorting, and generalizing based on those beliefs that food has morals and that if I don't follow a plan specifically, rigidly, I step one toe out, well, then I might as well eat the whole pan of brownies because I'm a failure, right? Like it is the other piece that's working in there is your RAS, your reticular activating system. It's bringing you what you anticipate and expect. Again, proving you right. So the more you anticipate and expect in the direction of your hopes, dreams, schemes, what you want, the more you anticipate in that direction, the more it will show you the possibility of you being that human, of you stepping into that.
Wow. Kind of like if you get cut off in traffic and you're like, that person's a jerk, you're going to get more jerky experiences throughout the day.
Seriously.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not saying like you're attracting jerky experiences. It's just what you're able to see. It's what your filter is just showing you.
Mm-hmm.
So the awareness level that comes in with subconscious habits and identity, like as you do the work, as you do this subconscious safety work and this expansion work, you start to raise your level of awareness. Yes, Tiffany,
Yes.
anticipating our favorite versions of ourselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look at And there's another lady, WNY Frack. She says, that's how failure happens. I lost 132 pounds in the last year and then fell off the wagon many times.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing that. But yes, and like falling off the wagon, right? Okay, we're getting a little off track,
We
but
are.
going back, because we can talk all day, but going back to like, I have all the
Yes.
tools, I just can't to stick to them. Like, what's going on?
Yes. So you want to follow through consciously. You're all in. Your subconscious identity, though, could still be wired for survival through stress, through proving, through hustling. And then when you try to give it more ease, you start working with Simone, you get a plan in place, you try to give it more ease. All of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, it feels unsafe, maybe even lazy to just depend. Like your brain will make do all kinds of mental gymnastics, right? It could feel threatening. So the version of you who thrives in that urgency, that overdoing, gets to practice trusting a more intentional you. That's the first piece. That's when your identity hasn't caught up with your intention.
Hmm.
So we've all experienced this.
Yes.
And this is where we get to like flex our self-confidence, identity-based self-confidence muscle. Like even when we feel the pushback inside, we get to call it out to ourselves and recognize it like, oh, this is an old way of being. I thought I had to hustle. I thought I had to prove. I thought it had to be rigid and unfun and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's like a series of limiting beliefs, really.
Yes. Yes.
And then also this lack of maybe vision of your new identity. Like,
That's beautiful.
and this is what we're going to do together in our 5 days is like create that. And Mindy loves the word North Star. I love that word too. Your North Star, where are you going? That vision needs to be so locked in that now everything you do is about being aligned with that vision and creating the woman who does all those things. Like you meal prep because that's who you are. That's your new identity. And it feels good. And if meal prep doesn't feel good for you, then we find a different way.
So your subconscious also is designed to keep you alive, not necessarily successful. If past experiences have taught your brain that changes equal chaos, abandonment, failure, then no matter how like healthy your new habits are, right, they'll trigger resistance for you. And success can be coded as unsafe if it's linked to past pain, being judged, losing connections, like all kinds of things like that. So we get to start dismantling that, like having that self-talk.
A great example of that I've experienced was being married, and I wanted to change. I wanted
being married. I'm sorry. That was funny.
That was marriage is all good. We love being married. It was all good. But I wanted to change, but I was so afraid of what that meant for our relationship.
Exactly.
And so
because you knew how to be you.
And so I would, and this was when I was, really struggling with my weight. I was 65 pounds heavier, and I would go and do the work, but I couldn't stay consistent. I kept falling off the wagon, as one of you guys just said, because there was this internal, now looking back, I didn't know it at the time, but now looking back, there was this internal struggle and fear that if I was to succeed, my marriage was going to fall apart.
Yeah. Yes, you tied one thing with the other, right? Like it meant this. So then you would take a step forward and then self-sabotage because you had already subconsciously decided, well, then this won't be sustainable.
Yeah.
Right. So if the approach you're using feels rigid, restricted, rooted in punishment, or attached to loss, right? Then if it's not aligned with the version of you that values freedom, joy, wholeness, right? Your subconscious is going to self-protect like every time. This is about coming into alignment, your subconscious and your conscious coming into alignment. Tiffany said, what about visualization as a tool? Yes. absolutely using visualization as a tool helps rewire your beliefs. Pictures and sounds and feelings, remember, are your subconscious. So if you lean into even what it would feel like, taste like, sound like, smell like, look like, to food prep one meal, right? Like one time do that. What, how much fun, what music is playing in the background? Like, do you have candles lit? Have you made it an experience? Like feeling the freedom in it, not that it's out of, and those of you that join her the challenge, it's out of self-devotion,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not punishment, not restriction. It's out of this version of you who wants more, not less, that you get to lean into that.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to talk about together in the challenge is sometimes our healthy lifestyle is connected to a form of punishment and like a form of discipline, which makes us feel really disconnected from the journey, and it makes us want to just shut that down. I don't want to be disciplined. I remember discipline in, primary school. I don't
Yeah.
want to go back to that place. And so, Mindy will be talking about devotion and what that means. Mindy, I wanted to touch on something else. I had
Yeah.
someone come to me recently and say, I'm just so overwhelmed. And I just can't do it because I'm so overwhelmed. And I want to speak to those women right now because as a single mom, I have felt the overwhelm here and there. And especially now getting to end of school year, there's just a bunch of things happening. So
Yep.
what's going on when we say that?
So well, first, when we think a thought over and over again, it becomes an I am statement.
Mm, yes.
This is how powerful we are, right?
Mm,
Then it creates body sensations, emotions, feelings, and we create a habit to prove it to ourselves. You're always winning the game you're playing. So go ahead.
well, I got to interrupt you because I love that. It gives me chills every single time you say it. You're always winning the game that you're playing. I know you, like, we haven't really said what that means. Can you just sum it
Yeah,
up?
your brain always wants to prove you right. So the more you think in the direction of I am overwhelmed, this is not discounting the fact that you are experiencing overwhelmed. We haven't gotten down underneath it yet. This is just the verbal, the self-talk, either internally or externally. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. It's now become an identity. It's what you say after I am. So these are some of the most powerful words in the world, in the universe,
Yes.
and you will win this game.
Yes.
You will delete, distort, and generalize based on the fact that you are
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Your RAS will bring you what you anticipate and expect, more
So that's
overwhelm. Like, this
first,
is how powerful.
the first place that we need to go, and this is again something we're going to be doing together, is looking at the words that we choose. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember being that woman being like, I'm so tired, I'm so stressed, I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed. And I really have to stop myself because I am busy, I am tired sometimes, and I am stressed. But like I stop myself because I don't want that to be me.
And here's so let's sit in this part of overwhelm for just a minute. No one is discounting your experience. Everyone that feels is experiencing overwhelm, right? It doesn't have to be your whole
Yes.
identity, right? It gets to be you are a woman who sometimes experiences overwhelm. And when you do, here's what's happening. One, you're taking the 30,000-foot view. You're looking at all the things that need to happen, should happen. These aren't my words. These are words that we're saying to ourselves. Should, need to. You're also not just looking at the changes that you want to make. You're looking at everything. The car needs washing. I got to pick up kids from school, right? We're way up here looking down. So of course we feel overwhelmed. We've taken this big step back. When we're experiencing that, we can lean in, really laser and get laser focused. Remember our why,
Yes.
right?
Because again,
Remember our
our
why.
North Star is so locked in, it's gonna really, really motivate you and realize like along the way that something like meal prep, which seems so overwhelming to you, is actually gonna save you time and actually take away the
The
overwhelm.
overwhelm.
Yes.
Once you figure out a system for yourself and practice being that woman who this is what like we invest in in the right now for that long-term ROI. And that's what meal prep does, right? We spend a little more time right now to have all kinds of time and structure during the week then. It's so much easier to make the choices that we want to make when we've already like prepped it out, right? Already decided, already laid it out for ourselves. We're really setting ourselves up for success over and over again. When we feel overwhelmed too, old beliefs are still running the show. I feel overwhelmed because I can't trust myself. I feel overwhelmed because I always lose momentum. I feel overwhelmed because I'm just not someone who finishes things. Like these are all old beliefs running the show, and they could be because you had experience like that before, and you've also had amazing experience. It's okay if you have not had an amazing experience yet in your food freedom or fat loss journey. You get to create them. Yeah. Like you create new experiences all the time, so you get to create them here.
Yeah, I got to share a quick story with you that was just so amazing. I was chatting to a client, a one-on-one client, and she's lost 48 pounds. And she's so excited about, where she's at. And she says she remembers 1979 when she was doing a program that restricted her to 500 calories a day.
Jeez.
And this, like, you guys know, I was born 1980, like, that's, I remember these years. My mom, really starving and binging, starving and binging. And losing these 48 pounds has been great, but there's been a lot of struggle along the way. And that's because she has attached fat loss and this journey to trauma. Like putting her body through 500. By the way, you guys, 1,200 calories is enough for a toddler. 500 calories is fully starving yourself.
Yeah.
Like that is trauma on the body, and it is absolutely criminal. And please, God, do not do that. It will teach you another way, and usually it's eating more.
I know, right? Yeah. We're usually under eating our calories.
Yes, and that will never work for so many reasons. But that it's just so interesting. Like when we do the work and we start uncovering like where this comes from, it's really freeing to see, why we struggle.
And talking about so for her, control was also, this is another one too. When we feel out of control in so many areas, that is when we can get into that dangerous place of, well, the one thing I can control is my caloric intake. And we get real strict and real rigid, and it doesn't serve us. Like that, like you just said, we keep dropping and dropping, thinking, well, I can control this. We don't want to, like, that is not the control that we're looking for. We're looking for the control that allows us to choose. We get to choose our path. We get to choose the plan, right? Like that's what we get to control. We get to control expansion coming in for us, right? Like possibilities opening up for us.
Yeah. So I want to kind of wrap things up with the bow, just on the overwhelm piece.
Yeah.
Just what Mindy said, if you are feeling overwhelmed in life, like, first of all, I get it. But it can be a matter of two things based on, I think, what you just said. One is that the systems need to change, right? Like sometimes we're so overwhelmed because like we're not implementing the right systems. So we can look at that, but also what are the limiting beliefs and the things that we're telling ourselves and the identity that we're creating when we say, I am overwhelmed.
Overwhelm is also, it's an automatic protection. If we're overwhelmed, then we don't have to do anything. See, every identity is a role with a goal. So if I am operating in overwhelmed Mindy, then I'm off the hook for taking action because I'm overwhelmed. So we're not shaming anyone for that. That is a literal protection coming up because somehow you've connected taking this action that it's not favorable, it's rigid, you're afraid of it, like whatever the meaning is that you've given to taking this action. So that's an opportunity to then, what meaning have I given this? The guy who cut me off, he's a jerk. Could I give it better meaning that allows me to ask myself, what's true about that, right? Like, is that really true? Is every person that's ever cut me off a jerk? No. And so, what's true about me operating in this new way of being? Does it get to be safe? It can be. I can create safety in it. That those are pieces that I can control, allowing myself to see more possibility.
I love this. You guys, I'm so honored to be running this next 5 day challenge with Mindy. Truly, like I've worked with her on and off for years, and I have. If you've known me for a while, I feel like I've completely reinvented myself with the help of Mindy over the last few years and come out of things like overwhelm. And I mean, Mindy, you've seen it, like, crying in sessions with you and not knowing a way out, and you really helping me with my subconscious, really, and that North Star and where I want to go, and then creating the identity of the woman who da 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 does this, this, and this, and this, and like just working every day to become that woman. And so I think you guys are just in for a real treat. The response to Mindset for Fat Loss, which is our brand new program coming out June 2nd, has been incredible. And Mindy, when I created this, I knew that it was something our clients needed and this community needed. I just didn't realize how much. And
Yeah.
like I feel like we're struggling more than ever, and we are, turning to some serious drugs with serious side effects to help us lose weight. We're turning to all sorts of different things right now because we're so desperate,
Mm-hmm.
and because we aren't figuring out the ways to make change sustainable and everlasting. And so that's the goal here. This is for the woman who feels like they're constantly starting over and can't seem to stick with it. So you're gonna get a step-by-step mindset reset for fat loss. There's gonna be 2 live training calls. Mindy's gonna be there. We're also gonna have daily training videos. Mindy and I are gonna be in a video that I think is so powerful. You guys are gonna walk away with major shifts. You're also gonna get a habits-based action workbook, tools to regulate stress and emotional eating, and accountability and real community support. So I'm just so excited about this. If you guys want more information, you can check the link in my bio. Anything else you want to add, Mindy?
This is like an opportunity for all of you, right, to truly tap into that next favorite version of you. Like, who do you want to be? You get to be her, and having the support. We didn't talk about this, but you're rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways as you are around like-minded people who are making those same decisions and shifts towards their health and wellness. As you do that, like, rising tide lifts all boats, right? Like, you are in community, then your brain is rewiring based on, like, you're surrounding yourself with people who are doing the same actions as you and wanting this, similar results as you. So that's a beautiful way to support yourself, is to get into
Yeah.
community with people who are doing what you want to
The
do.
power of community is so huge. And one of the things that we are going to talk about in this program is, what do you do when you don't have support from your partner in particular? Like, from your friends is one thing that can be hard, but from your partner, how to tackle that. And there's a few things that we're going to talk about there, but it's so huge to have support and to be surrounded by people who just get it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So sign up for the challenge. Like, it's going to be amazing.
I'm so happy that you're going to be there with me, Mindy. And also, those of you who are in VIP, Mindy is going to be in our live training call next Thursday. So mark your calendar at noon PST. This is going to be like, we're going to be talking about 24 karat outcomes. This is an exercise that is going to take you from here, whether here is like doing all the things or doing none of them, to like here, and an identity shift that is like truly transformational. I love this exercise. I can't wait to do it with our entire community. So Mindy, I'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you for today, and thank you so much for all of you hopping on. If you need any more information, you can head to my bio for Mindset for Fat Loss. I'm so excited to get started, you guys. Thanks, Mindy.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.